So going into Sunday, looking in for shorts and so forth, right? We got an UMA short going right now. We're trying to get UMA on a $4 mark, which would be about 150% profits. That would get down to about 505. That's where we want to be. Currently, we're at 24%, so we're going to take our stop loss. We're going to chuck that down in half, down to a 7. That way, we don't lose too much in there. But we're watching UMA for a second. It could go both ways, but we're looking for the exhaustion. All right, so let's start off with coin alerts. Sunday night, we want to kind of look for weakness in the market, which we see, and do an overall, right? So let's take a look at the overall market, which would be Bitcoin, right? Do do do. Let me turn down this music just a little bit. Just a little bit. All right. All right, so let's start with Bitcoin, right? So Bitcoin kind of will give you a dictation of what's going on the overall, right? So very simple to do. We take a look at the 4-hour, and we can see here that Bitcoin came out of a big 4-hour downward trend. Looks like Saturday it popped out of its trend and it moved to the upside, but it was unable to make any momentum. The 4 hours heading down right now, so that means that it's in a short move right now. So Bitcoin's in a short move on the 4-hour RSI. So we go to the 1 hour, and that's also down. And then all I want to know is if there's a 2-hour trend, right? So right now we do have a 2-hour trend on Bitcoin, but you can see here it didn't really produce any value, right? So what that means for me is I'm looking at the market. I'm going to say that the market's kind of weak right now, right? So what I want to do here is go to Coin Market Cap. And I want to look at the overall, now that I kind of see the market's weak, I want to see my market cap, right? And currently my market cap is 1.63, right? So that's pretty good. At the end of the day, that's about where we've been the entire time. So now what I want to do is trying to like post that up, and I'll keep an eye on that, right? So if that stays, we should see a bounce on Monday for sure in the direction that we want. All right, so let's see here. So UMA right now, we got a short on UMA. I'm ready for some red waves. Crypto Ghost. Hey, so you ready for some red waves, Crypto Ghost? Yeah, I think, the thing about the market cap is holding steady at that 1.66369 area, right? So, we're not bad. So we should see money into, other projects, stuff like that. I don't know what this Manta network is, but the Manta network has been crushing it. Python network, Pyth has been bouncing. Let's go take a look at um, gainers and losers real quick, just to get an idea. This thing is crushing it right here. 20% today. I thought it did 20% the other day. Take a look at the negatives, right? So negative wise, the big losers that I see are SEI, which would be a good thing to look at for a pump. And I'm surprised Doge is down, or Sue is down as well. Let's see, Beam is down. So we got some possibilities here to look for some upward projections. I'm gonna click on Manta Network just because it is on a fucking tear. I should have bought some. I was gonna buy a couple thousand the other day. I didn't buy it. Let me see here. Now, guys, it's gonna load a little bit slow because I am streaming here. Let's go to the all time. Came out January 18th on a tear. Jeez. Came out at 260, dumped all the way down to 207, held this ground at 221, and then it made its bounce. So whatever this network is, let's take a look here. I have to do a little more research here, but overall, this thing has been monstrous. I mean, it's on Binance, it's on KuCoin. I think it's the launch pool for something. Mana Network, Mana Network. If you want to know the potential of Mana Network, Mana is, it has a $3 reach, weight of 10. Manta Network, good project. So, I mean, this project is on every damn thing. Um, So we'll take a look here at the overall, right? So Manta, I'm gonna take a look at Manta's chart. We're not gonna have too much information on Manta, but we should have enough information to take a peek at the chart. All right, so currently, guys, what's up, K Torres? Um, XRP, I love XRP Queen. She comes in, she pushes her XRP. I mean, guys, if you want to make money in crypto, you got to push your narrative, and you got to push, people in the direction that you want them to go. And we all know XRP is going to be a solid $1 in the next 3 years. So I'm with you. I'm with you, Crypto Queen. But if you want to make money instead of holding a stable coin, then I would look for other projects other than XRP. No disoffense to XRP. I was one of the original people behind XRP. I love XRP, but it is what it is and it does what it does. And once the tokenomics and the structures hit certain scenarios, you have to be able to adjust, right? I mean, it's like watching a champion person be a champion and then they just don't hit their potential and then other things happen and then you realize that, they got older, right? So that's kind of how it is. Um, Let me take a look at this Manta though. I wanna see how much data we have. So I go to the daily. We should be picking up a little here. So we're green out the daily. Let's go to the 4 hour. 4 hour, we have the RSI top, so we're getting some data. Let's rotate to our 1 hour. 1 hour, we are positive volume. Looks like we pushed through there. That would have been the time to buy right here when that 1 hour came down and started to push. Let's go to the 15 minute, and you can see here the 15 minute, the moment it breaks positive volume here and retest, that's your entry points. Second entry point, there you go. And there's a nice little pullback, and then we got another 15-minute entry right in this zone here as it pushed through, kind of made it, broke down, we're out. Green moon, positive volume push, retest, right? RSI comes all the way down. We are above on there. We wait for the green moon. We get it, and the RSI at the bottom. So we should be in Manta at 241, and we should be rocking and rolling on there. All right, so the good news is Mana. We're going to have this be able to come back down. What's up, online? How you feeling? Yo, Ghost, what up, man? Two ghost S's. What is that? I know it's not SOS, but if you put S, Ghost, S, SOS, SOS. So if you had an S in front of that ghost. All right. So I'm gonna keep a look at mana. All right. So right now we're pulling in about 32% on UMA. It only has a 15x. Now if it had a 100x, I'd be crushing the 100x right now. We'd be up a shitload. But right now we're about to hit $100 on mana. It's probably going to be an area that we start taking profits for our goals, but I feel like Uma's going to give in here. And the reason why is when I look at for example, I can tell by a short if I look at my 3 minute volume, right? And if the 3 minute volume can't hold its positive position, then I know I'm in a short. So we had a bounce, a test that was good. It failed to break out. It retested again, which is great. It pushed up. It didn't move that much, and then it broke below, right? And then when it came back and retested, I entered a short, and that's what I'm in now. Now, that also means that if the 3 minute can't get positive volume, that means the 15 minute is going to fall short too. So the 15 minute follows suit, positive volume below, tries to break out again, can't do it, and now we're headed down. So this is why we're in a UMA short, is because once we recognize that there's no volume on the 3 minute, and that runs into the 15 minute, then that's pretty much it. That's how that goes. So we're taking advantage of mana right now. We're in a short in mana. I'm gonna try to crush this out for all the way down to almost $5. So we're gonna see what we can get out of there. All right, so let's move on to the coin alerts, right? And the coin alerts are gonna get us into a situation where we can peek around there and get everything in. Guys, if you're inside the Discord, You can chat it up over here if you want. We can talk through some trades, um, or you can hop on Discord if you want to see the screen. I can't stream and share on Discord. What is that? What is that right there? Yeah, I've been in the short on there. Yeah, UMA. Yeah, we're in a short in UMA. We were looking at Manta. So Manta is kind of like, it has its push down here, but the volume is still high, right? So I'm looking for an entry into Manta. So what I'm looking for is the 3-minute moon to come down, and then I'll probably be letting that 15-minute reset, and then we'll let the 1 hour curl down, and then after it's done down, we'll buy into it. So UMA is the short that we're in right now. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to jump into some coin alerts, right? So coin alerts right here is the basic. So now that we kind of get the market kind of broke down to what we're looking at, we know Bitcoin is giving up some weakness, so we look good. Now we can look for shorts for the next day. So let's hop in Discord. Let's go over to coin alerts and let's see what we got here. So 6 p.m. we had LDO green moon. All right, so let's go to LDO real quick. LDO. Welcome in, man. What up, AK-47? AK-47. AK-47. And let's slide over here. Let's look at what we're looking at. LDO. 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 Let's see. So LDO, we had an alert on there, right? Our alert was 6 p.m. So about an hour ago. We got a green moon, 1 hour green moon. All right, so let's go take a look at LDO. And about an hour ago, we did get our green moon. Now this was a second green moon here. Let's see here. Nice retest, right? So push to the upside on the 15, positive volume, retested, RSI came down, we got our green moon, and then we had that big pump. So look at your LDO right there, right? So you see how that trade played out? Pretty simple, pretty easily right there. Very nice in there. Yeah, it's building momentum. So now all I got to do is take a look at my 1 hour. It's got plenty of room to run there. The 1 hour wants to break positive volume. The 2 hour is bending. The 4 hour is bending. So it's got a nice little rhythm to it. It's got a lot, the daily's on the bottom, so there's only one place for this thing to go, and that's actually up. So taking a look at the 15, looks like we're in a good spot here. So we're breaking positive volume here. All we really want to do here is to get one more pullback to a retest on the 15. All right, that would be the ultimate move. And then taking a look at the 3-minute, we've got the 3-minute positive volume broke up, retested, went on a run. So it's not too bad as far as everything goes. All right, so it's starting to line up pretty good, man. What's up, Taz? Tazzy, what's going on, bro? Anthony, what's going on, big dog? Yeah, we're moving in there. AK, what's up, bro? Is that AK-47? Is that Aussie? Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. All right, let's slide through here. Check everything out. Let me bounce over here. Let me block that. Click, click, little brother. All right, so like I said, LDO looks really good here. So let's go over to a LDO possibility. LDO, LDO. So what I'm gonna do here is, like always, I'm gonna take a look at LDO and I'm going to my 3-minute and I'm gonna look at a possible entry, and we already know we want to get entries that are about 0.5% below where we're currently at. So we're gonna mark that off here as right here. That's gonna set our entry price right here. So we're gonna set an entry, bada boom, bada bing, bada ba ba ba. Yeah, price label. We're gonna enter right at $2.91. So let me go over here to my LDO. I'm gonna type in $2.91. I'm gonna isolate a long position. For me, I'm a little bit higher than you guys on there. I'm gonna do a 75, but that would be a 30 position, and I have 111. I want to do a $50 trade, and we're gonna enter that there. Okay. So LDO has a set trade coming up. We have a target area there, and then we want it to bounce from there and make us some cash. All right, let's move on to the next trade. CFX, Lena came up a couple times. CFX, Green Moon. Okay, let's go pull up CFX. CFX. All right, MEXC, CFX. Okay, first scenario is positive volume on the 3-minute. We don't see that yet, so we don't have a long position. Let's scroll down to the 1 hour. Let's see how we're doing with the moons, right? So here's a red moon on CFX. Green moon pump happened back here. Red moon dump is happening currently, which would make sense without any volume on the 3-minute. Slide to the 15-minute. So it looks like we're going to get a rejection here. So we would be entering a short here on CFX when this 1 hour resets. So this is particular area is a little tougher area to get into because you have a 1 hour at the bottom. You have a 15-minute pushing up. So there's going to be some type of scenario where we get a push to the upside a little bit, but then the 4 hour and the 2 hour just cross down. So this is definitely a short. So we need to take advantage of this short, and how we're going to get in here is we're going to be looking at these 15 minutes. So we want to get a short in here. So let's dig in here and say, okay, CFX short. Let's go ahead and tie this in. We want at least, we're going to do a 30. All right, so that would be what, 30. So if I'm doing a 50x, right? That would be a 50% stop loss right there. Right. And then I want a little bit more. Yeah, so we're going to be up in here. So we're going to take this spot here. That would give me at 1892 would be my short position. All right, so let me slide over here. Let's slide into CFX. Let's see how we look. And let's re-review, right? So CFX, I want to catch this pull down, but I know there's going to be a bounce, and we're going to set it at 1892. Let's go in here. We're doing 1892 short. And we're going to short this bad boy at a 50x. We're going to do the rest of that 50 in there. We're going to open up that short. There we go. All right, so those are two. We got it. What happened? On CFX? Yeah, so I'm shooting for 1892. Yeah, because I'm doing a 50x leverage, right? So I want to move it almost about. So for me, right, depends on how your stop, right? So let's say if you're doing a 30x, right, you want at least 15% on there. You'd go to the half mark, but we want at least about a 20, 25, right? So that would be about a 0.8, 0.7. I'm doing a 50x. So that means that a half a percent would be 25. So I want about a 75 handicap, right? Just because it's a little high leverage. So I want to make sure that I'm taking advantage of the high leverage and just getting myself into a position that's more in my favor. You know what I mean? Remember, it's always better to get a better entry, which it makes it worth more money. You know? Yeah. What are you looking at? What about right? You're looking at Uma? Okay. So walk go. So go through the basics, right? So how do you determine how do you determine what's long or what has momentum to the up or down? What's the first factor? So what's up, crypto? Compton crypto, what up, baby? Um, so first things first, right? So determine like what the directional is, right? So we would look at the basics, right? So walk me through this trade and tell me what you think it's going to do. Mm-hmm. 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 Now look, take a look at your 1 hour to see how much room you have. So the 1 hour is already at the bottom. So more than likely, there's probably going to be a little bit of a 15-minute or 5-minute fight where they have to bounce and come back. So the first, as you look at this entry, you'd be thinking that you'd be entering off this 5-minute curl. You see how the 5 minutes starting to head down right now? So you'd be looking at that entry point, right? And then you would be saying, okay, I'm going to enter 50% of my bag here. And then whenever it bounces and pushes back up again, I'm gonna take advantage of another 50% entry, whatever it bounces to. And LDO hit our target for entry, and we're up 32% on that. Very nice, very nice. So we're gonna put our stop loss at 0. We're gonna put our target at 75% for LDO, and we're just gonna monitor that. Oh, LDO is up 50% already. I'm gonna move it to 100% target, and I'm going to set that real quick because it's moving. And let me see here. I'm gonna take my stop loss. Move my stop loss so that we can get at least a 20% profit on that no matter what happens. Okay, so now LDO is set up for a 100% gain, 20% profits. Let me take a look at UMA. UMA right now we're going to 0 stop loss, and because we are above 45%. Yeah, I think UMA we can take a little profit here. So there we go. 5, 2. Okay, so we're set at 25% profits on UMA. We're at the 50% mark, and LDO we're at 40%. Oh, $5. Yeah, I want to get about 150% on it. The problem is that, the sad part, it's only 15x, right? So I'm up 50% on a 15x, right? So LDO came back, hit its little stop loss. We made 20% on LDO. All right, so now, and that's why sometimes when the trade first starts off, you want to kind of like let it get through its momentum. I got a little greedy on LDO and I pushed up. Should have stayed. It hit 75%, which was crazy, but then it dumped all the way back to 20% profits, right? So if we had our target set at 50, we would have hit our mark. I got a little greedy. I went for 100, and in doing that, instead of taking 50, I ended up with 20. So that's why sometimes when you kind of like look at your trades, you might say, well, you know what? If I just keep taking the 50, it's a lot better than not getting the 75 or the 100 and ending up with 20, right? That's why on UMA, I'm giving UMA a little more room because I expect it to, continue to give. So we started the wallet out with 400. We're up 526 right now. So I want UMA to push the wallet, uh, make at least do about a $200 or 250, maybe $300 trade on UMA. We'll see how it bounces off here. What's going on, crypto? What do you say, brother? Hudson Miller. The short on UMA? Yeah, I'm in UMA. I'm in UMA. Yeah. So UMA was kind of easy. So go back to UMA, right? And go look at your 3 minute. Okay. See your 3 minute volume. So take a look at your 3 minute volume, right? So you see way back on the 21st. So today at about, for me, my time is 7 p.m. right now, 7:30. So on my chart, you can see where the volume is if you're looking at the 3 minute. We had a spike in volume to the right. Right now we're all red. We have a red moon, but before the red moon, we had a spike in green volume and then a small patch of positive volume. And then it was red again. And then you see where that very small patch of positive volume was, like way back at like 1600 hours. I think, what time is it for you right now? Oh, yeah. So 1600 hours. So you see how we got that green moon? There was a big spike there, and then it got positive volume, but then it broke below again, and it kind of like went red for a while. And then we got another green moon, and that's where we actually got positive volume. We got a positive volume retest, and then we had another big spike, and then we're in the red moon that we're currently in, like it started coming down. So when I look at that, right, I can tell that the volume can't hold. Okay, it can't keep. It's not gaining momentum on the 3 minute. and it keeps going backwards, right? So what lets me know is that if the coin is getting weaker, it's not getting stronger, right? So by watching the 3 minute, I can tell that the volume is weak. Then when I go to my 15 minute to verify an entry, go to your 15 minute, and you can see the volume on the 15 minute dropping down. So we had a red moon after that big pump, we had a red moon. It pulled back, it retested the 0 line, and it pumped again into another green moon, right? But notice how when it did that last pump, the volume actually was going down, you see? And then we got to the next red moon, right? So right there, I already know that I'm going into a short because I got a red moon coming in and the volume shows big weakness. But more importantly, it's already negative on the 3 minute. So since I had negative on the 3 minute, I know the 15 minutes is going to go negative. So when that 15 minute, not the current 15-minute red moon, but the one prior to it came up, I know that we have a situation that there's going to be a short here. So now all I have to do is let the 15-minute RSI push back to the top one more time to get rid of all the pumps, right? Which it does, right? See, the next time you see how not the next one that kind of has that one pump up halfway and then it goes back down, right? I have to let it pull through and then I need the 15-minute to actually get to the 100, right? So the next one it pushes up, it goes green moon and starts to head down, right? That's where I take my short because that's where I can see that this trade is very weak because my 3 minute volume could not hold positive. So now I can jump the 15-minute red moon in RSI because I already know it's already weak. So that's where I took my short. And now that I know that it's happening, I just expect for it to continue to fall, you know what I mean? Which it's doing, right? So now all I have to do is say to myself, okay, where's my target? So my target is going to be the 200 moving average on the 15-minute as always, right? So if I look at that pullback and I watch it kind of like work its way down, it should be touching at about $5.04. Now, once it touches that area, then we should see some type of bounce or reversal, right? So far, that's the target I would look at. The second thing I would look at is I would say, okay, my 1 hour is on the floor, so it's going to be hard to get that full target. But if I look at my 4 hour RSI, my 4 hour RSI had a bounce up and then it rejected and started to cross back down, meaning that there was a movement in volume, but it was very weak that it turned immediately to the downside, which means the downside will be twice as strong as it normally is because it's showing that big weakness. Then when I go to the 2 hour, I can see the 2 hour crossed out. It's about to break the 50 line, which would make it 30% stronger than normal. And there's closing in on a 2 hour red moon. So now when I go to my 1 hour, I catch my 1 hour red moon. Now I know I'm in a good position because now all it's going to do is going to have some fight left in it. But remember, it's easier to panic sell than it is to buy. So the odds are in my favor that the shorts are always 30% stronger than longs. So now when I go to my 15-minute, I can see that I'm going to get some type of bounces. But at the end of the day, the 3 minute is already barely can get to 100, still pulling down, and the volume's even deeper, right? So this is just a matter of time before this trade just has a big, you know, dump. Is what we're looking for, right? So currently, I have my first profit set up at 25% profit take because my profits are currently at 70%. So I want to stay 30% behind, right? So I'll make adjustments here that I take in 40%, around 35% for the stop loss. I don't want to get too close because we're starting to get to where we want to be. And profit wise, I have it set at 150%, right? So that's kind of like the basics. Now, this is where I tell you guys how to adjust to take more, right? So let's say if the 1 hour is already at the bottom, we might get a small bounce in there, right? So I just want to make sure I take at least 30% profit somewhere in there. And I set it up that I'm set up at 30% profits and 150% on the full take, right? But right here, I want to make sure I take some type of profits on a quick downside, right? So then I hit the plus sign. I'm going to go to 100% profits, and then I'm going to set that at 25%. So when it hits 100%, I'm going to snag 25% of the profits. And then on my stop loss, I'm going to put in $5.40, right? Which is equivalent to 57%, right? And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to find that middle ground, which I think it was uh, 40, 45, 42 cents. Yeah. So 50%. And I'm gonna put that in there and I'm gonna say if it goes down to 42%, I want to take 14% profits and then I confirm, right? So now I'm set up that if it does wick to 100%, I will take 20% of my entire bag at that mark. If it goes down to 50%, I'm going to snag out of 14% of my current position. So that way I'm taking profits as I move through, right? So that's a way to kind of like ensure that you take profits. What's up, Cherry Rose? XRP, what up, man? So, but I feel like this is actually going to get pretty weak here. So I'm not going to have that secondary 100% move. I'm going to cancel that. All right, let me get rid of that, cancel that. I'm just going to go back to my original, which is 150% profits or 30% profits on the backside. Because I'm expecting this to eventually just give up here. Let's see if we can get to that 100. What I will do though is I will set up a take profit at 125%. That will take 35% at that level. That I will do. Morel, what's going on? Just pushed 50% on SHIB. What's up, Jeffrey? Jeffrey, what up, baby? Jeffrey, what's your Discord again, bro? You're always coming here changing your name, bro. Jay Wolf, what's up, Wolf? That's right, Wolf in the house. What do you got? 50% on SHIB? What are you doing? Shorting SHIB, Wolf? What are you shorting it or going in there? Morel, short, yeah, yeah. Sunday night is short market night. Short market night, guys. So that's what we got so far there. Let's slide over to some other orders. Let's see what's pumping in here. So RSIs, we got flow with the 1 hour green moon. I'm looking for red moons right now. Let's see what's alerting currently, right? So Rose has a 1 hour red trend, which is what we want. Let's go take a look at Rose. YGG has a 1 hour red trend. All right, so let's dig in here, boys. So coming up here, we have some moons. Render 1 hour red moon. Pull up render, guys. Let's dig into render real quick. Render. Render day. Let's get some render days. Okay, boom. Render. 1 hour. Boom. We already got a trend. There we go. We're on the downward move. Second thing, I checked the 4 hour just to make sure we have room. It just crossed. That looks great. Slide over to my 3 minute. What am I looking at my 3 minute? Just to make sure the volume isn't positive, and it is not. Second thing is a 15 minute. So 15 minute bounce. So we look like render has a solid short on render. We missed the 1 hour trend, unfortunately, because we got this alert, and this is how these alert works, right? So the render popped up at 6:50, so 30 minutes ago, right? So let's take a look at render. If we've been paying attention 30 minutes ago, 10 candles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'd have been somewhere in this position here, and we would have caught the short at this level here, and we'd be eating it up right now. Yeah, we had a 1 point. We'd be up 100% on that trade there, a 1% move. But it's bouncing now. So what we're looking for Render to do is to bounce up, play the RSI to the top on the 3-minute, and then we'd be looking for the pull down after that. All right. So that's Render situation. We missed that trade a little bit earlier. STMX, engine, 1 hour trend, 1 hour trend. STMX, 1 hour trend. Let's go to STMX. STMX. Oh my God. All right. 1 hour red trend. Let's go look at it. We are missing some trades here. 1 hour red trend. All right. So look how nasty that is. Boom. All right. So there's your 1 hour red moon. See that? 1 hour red moon. RSI pushing back down, crosses over. That's the trade we should have been in. Oof. Ooh, that bad boy paid out 2.5%. And now it's bouncing. So now we need a bounce on this play here, and it would get us back into another continuation of the short here. As long as the RSIs are falling into place, and they are. So let's slide over here to the 3-minute. Looks like we need a bounce here. So right out the gate, we're going to do a 30% difference, which would be 1%. Which means right here would be our entry price label. We'd be sitting at, so STMX 000729. 000729. 000729. Let's go to crypto. We'll go to buy. There we go. 000729. Let's go here. STMX. So we're looking a little bit higher there. So 729 would be our entry into our 30x leverage for our short into STMX. Slide in there, 30x leverage, 729. We're going to run that out for about 50 bucks. There we go. Open up a short. There we go. All right, Luma. Uma, pay up, Uma. Let's go, Uma. Pay that up. See that Uma drop. Invite Winter Shred. Mexi up. Mex up. Find me along. What's up? Oh, the Mexi's up. Find me along. You know, longs are hard to come by on Sunday night, bro. Got to play what the market gives you, man. You got to play what the market gives you. So far, right now, we're setting up some shorts, big dog. Let me see what the longs are talking. These are all red, man. Look at all these reds. Algo 1 hour red, Zill, Anchor, Rose, Ape, Rose, KY, YGG, Magic. All right, guys. So dig in. You have a Rose 1 hour red trend, 1 hour green trend, YGG. Let's go look at Rose. Rose is hot right now. Rose is hot right now. So we're looking for this bounce. And then we're looking for the short position. Okay. Let's go look at Rosie. Rose, baby. A rose by any other name is not the same. Applesauce, baby. I'm just waiting for my Uma to just take a dump. Right there. Just let it out. Let it out. Let it out. 1 hour red trend, 1 hour red trend. Let's go to Rose, look at the 1 hour red trend, 1 hour red trend, and there it is right there. All right, 15-minute push-up, that just happened, and we missed that first pull, which is all right, as long as the 3-minute has a bounce. So we need a 3-minute bounce here, 3-minute volume is negative, this all looks good. So Rose would be a bounce here, and if we were going to enter this trade, we would enter a little bit shy of where we're at right now. So Rose would be at 9919. 9919. See if we get that one, Rose. Nine nine one nine. I'm gonna enter a short there. So that's how you run through a Sunday night. YGG, guys, looks like it's getting short. Getting lag on computer. Yeah, I feel you on that, big dog. Oh, YGG, 1 hour green trend. Let's slide over to YGG. This might be your 1 hour moment, bro. YGG's got a green trend. Tell me about it. Okay, 1 hour. Done. It's at the bottom. Green trend. Green trend? Green trend or red trend? Green trend, red trend. It looks like it's kind of working its way back up. So first thing's volume on the 3-minute, right? We need that to push up. 15-minute on the bottom. Need that to push up. So YGG looks like it wants to make a turnaround here. So we're going to open up here, do a 30x leverage. We need a 0.5% move to the bottom. We're going to set up our target at 51.39 for the entry. 51.39, 51.39 for YGG. All right, let me send some cash over there. I got these orders over here. Bitcoin. Let's see what we got here. Transfer the rest of that juice. All right, I'm gonna say one more here. YGG, and YGG is 51.39. 51.39. YGG. Rose hit its little spot there. So Rose is going to get a 30% stop loss, a 50% profit. Now we're looking for YGG. YGG, and we can set this all up pre-hand, right? So 51.39 is the entry for the long. The long is going to be a 30x leverage. I'm going to do 50 because I'm a little bit more. I'm going to type in my long position. I want it to go 50% profits, and I want my stop loss to be at 30%. And we're willing to risk half the bag on that. All right, there we go. And there we go. There we go, boys. All right, man. That's how you run through some simple orders there, man. Come on, Uma. Pay us out, Uma. Uma. So, look at this stuff. I might need a new chair. Need a kink in my back. Kink in my back, boys. Need to go hit the gym and get a massage. Get a masseuse. Get him it loose. Get a masseuse. All right, so let's take a look at UMA here. We're trying to finish out this pullback short on UMA. So far, we don't have any green moons or trends, so we're just running out this last little hiccup. We fully expect it to drop down for us. Drop down to get your eagle on. Now what's that? 30%. Yeah. So we're set up there. So all our trades are set up for the night, guys. We will be back on a little bit later. I might do a night session tonight when the UK and the Asian markets come on in about an hour and a half. Get into some trades at that time. But those are how to set some trades.